So it's 4 a.m. Mommy going for a little run while trying to say a few things. I know this channel hasn't been active that much. Last year I just posted a couple of things here about mindset and all that, but I want to make this a bit different now. I want to take it to the next level because I feel like I'm on this path where now more than ever I have so much value to give to others while watching this journey, while watching me going for it. I hope this stays well while trying to film. So yeah, in the streets of Bucharest at 4 a.m. it's pretty hard, it's pretty amazing. You know, I'm actually proud of myself that I managed to get out of the bed, because it was that feeling of like, come on, it's nice in bed, it's nice to spend a little more time here, right? Red light, but nobody's coming, so I'm not wasting any more time. We gotta keep the momentum alive every single second of the move, every single second of the way. So I had this thought right before going to bed last night, 5 hours ago. It doesn't matter. I think a lot of mentorship programs lose their value right when they're growing. I know it sounds sarcastic, right? I'm growing. Ain't that supposed to be a good thing? Yeah, but you're set up for a huge trap. And you might know what I'm talking about already, but I want to break this down while I'm going for this little run, clear my mind better, to, you know, get in my rhythm, because I always loved these activities. I always loved, you know, just going against the current. That's how they say. Yeah, and I know it already feels amazing. 10 minutes into it, I'm a bit tired, I gotta admit it. I haven't been into the gym for like 2 months, so it's a thing. You know, you gotta take that into consideration as well. But there's no excuses in this game. You have no excuse. You just have to keep moving, keep pushing forward. You're the mentor, right? You have the vision. You have the creative mind behind the whole program in the first place. I suppose you're not doing something generic. You're not doing something everybody else sells. If you manage to get past that, wait, this is a beautiful church right here. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for giving us these countless blessings and helping us start this day with a good spirit, with a good rhythm. Let's get it. I suppose you already differentiated yourself. I suppose you already leveraged your creative mind, your journey, whatever it is that you teach to others. What value are you trying to bring into this game? So, how do you protect that? How do you make sure your value stays untouched while you're growing? Because telling you this thing, most mentorships grow uncontrollably fast in the beginning, especially because once you get in that momentum, it's really easy. Once you get past 80 kilometers per hour or 40 miles an hour, however you wanna say, it's easier to go to 80 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, 200 kilometers an hour. It's much easier than just starting from zero. But at the same time, if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing uncontrollably, you'll eventually end up wrapping your car, wrapping yourself around the tree. God forbid that happens. But that's the same with businesses. You gotta make sure you're not wrapping your business around the tree while going fast with it, while scaling it. Come on, guy. Don't walk me over. It's 4 a.m., right? We even cared about passing, leaving. Kidding. You always have to pay attention. Respect some rules. Not all rules, but some rules. So I already feel like my heart's coming out. I feel like my chest is pumping. But I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going because that's what I set my mind up to. Imagine if I try to delegate this. How could I delegate this? Would I just call a friend and say, hey buddy, can you take this morning run at 4 a.m. for me, please? Because I think I'm too busy. I think I don't have time. So can you honor the blessings that we have every single day? Even though it might not seem like that, there's always something worse happening to somebody else. And you gotta be aware of that. You gotta be aware of the fact that what you got, what you're living inside of, what you live right now is such a blessing. You cannot compare it with anything. Are you going to neglect it? Are you going to just don't give a fuck about it? Say like, oh, I don't have enough time. Maybe somebody else can do this for me. That's the same with mentorship programs. We come with the vision, we come with the creative mind, and we think that the rest of the process, it's for everybody else. You just come and take care of it, right? You don't have to, fuck up your mind in the process. You don't have to actually put in the work. I was watching this guy, Mark Stevenson, Mr. Free Value. He's a real G. He's like a big inspiration in this game. And he has all these stories on his IG where he just talks a lot about how his day is going. So you can manage to see how much the real dudes, the real hustlers, how much effort that they put into the game, how much effort they put in order to make it work, to make it happen. Because if you just wait and you think like, okay, I'll just pay this guy, I'll just get this team in place, they will take care of it, right? I can lay back. You gotta put in the work yourself. You gotta create the structure. You gotta build a whole structure behind it by yourself. Because otherwise, you might as well just have no idea what you're trying to sell, what you're trying to teach to others. Literally, what are you going to sell? If you just have the creative vision behind it, and everybody else is building a program for you, how are you going to understand what it is that you're actually doing until you finally get into the water, get your hands dirty with it, and fucking do it yourself? You're not. You have to protect your vision. You have to protect the quality behind it, right? You can't just let anybody with a few results here and there. Oh, I have 8 figures cash collected for coaches and mentors. My strategy scaled to $1 million a month. This, that. Are you really going to base your whole program, your vision, your destiny to some numbers, which in most cases they're just random or for marketing purposes? Now the thing is, obviously, you start doing it yourself now. So you finally got your hands on it. You're doing the work yourself. You're not spreading the value to all these other people that might just, get rid of the value that you had in the first place. So you're taking care of it yourself. I genuinely hope I'm seeing well. I don't think I am, but hope the message gets through anyways. So you managed to get your program started. You managed to increase your mentorships. Oh, come on, dude. This gimbal is literally fucking up with me. You can see me fucking my brains with it. And I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on it because I said I'm going to something. I said I'm going to do something. And I'm doing it. Almost there. In the park. I'll just take a break for 3 or 4 minutes. And talk a bit more with you. But yeah, check this out, guys. This is so amazing. This is how you're supposed to build your program in the beginning, alone, with nobody else surrounding you. You have to be just you, yourself, in this dark room, and make sure that you get the most value out of it. Because nobody else will. People will do anything for money, but I'm telling you, they won't care about it like it's their own program. Never. You can give them 10 million even 100 million. You can give them $1 billion and they still won't care about it. So yeah, get into the park. It's beautiful out here. You can hear the birds. I believe you can. So amazing. Absolutely beautiful. What I missed out on for so long, because there's this thing when your mind, you know, even today it happened the same. You wake up to turn off the alarm, like right, very quick in 2 or 3 seconds, and then you get back in the bed because it feels like, oh, if I'm not getting back in the bed in time, I'll explode. Everything is just gonna mess around, you know. And every time I would wake up in the morning 3 or 4 hours later than I want to, like at 8 or 9 a.m. and be like, what the fuck happened, bro? I could not remember what was going on. I could not remember what happened in those hours. Like, I thought I wake up. I thought I got up and start my day. What happened? Why am I just now waking up? And that's the same for your program as well. That's why I want to build up to this. If you're not doing it yourself, you'll just mess around with a whole lot of value that you have to give out to people. But I want you to think about this. Once you get it started, once you get it rolling, suppose you're already working with a few people one-on-one. Now you're having results, now you're having testimonials, you have case studies. You already started your program in a way, you already have some motion. What happens if you just try to get caught in the operations? What do you think is going to happen when 10 other people will just come in your program? Are you going to fulfill them yourself and take care of the whole program by yourself? While doing that, you know, John Mark Stevenson, the guy I was talking about, he posts on his stories, Mr. Free Value. Go check it out on his IG, he's a real G. And he posts on his stories how he stays literally like 7-8 hours more in the night. Instead of going to sleep, he stays to work. But here's the twist, he's not working for himself, not to his program, he's working for his clients. That's what he's doing. That's what I'm doing. That's us guys that we're in this space doing. We are working for our clients. We're getting them out of the operational. Not completely. We're not saying you just go to sleep and we take care of everything. No, it's not working like that. But we are coming in to handle the big man job, right? To put our hands in the water and make sure you focus on your creative assets. You focus on your vision. You focus on your creative mind. Because that's the most important skill. That's the most important thing that you got to leverage. The fuck, you can even learn any skill you want with ChatGPT or Google these days. Why would anybody in their own mind just think, oh, I wanna pay this guy $5,000, 5,000 euros for this? Well, they can freaking learn that information by themselves on the internet. With ChatGPT, with everything. There are even guys that are doing it for free on YouTube. But the information is not the key. The key is how you package it, how you present it. Your journey in its whole self, in its true self. Because the way you mastered it, the way you managed to get that success, that's what everybody wants. To understand, how did this guy do it? How did he pull it? How did he do it, man? We don't care what information have you used. Nobody's asking that. Where did you take your information? No. How did you do it? How did you act on it? How did you take advantage of all these potentials around you? How did you leverage every single thing that you had in your life going? And you have to focus on that, because once you get caught in the operational, you know, it's like most mentors think that they have to be involved in everything in order to protect the quality of their program. But this way, they're just slowly killing the very own thing that made the program valuable in the first place. Their creative mind, their creative assets. What I was talking about in the beginning, go check it out. If you have missed it, you have to do it yourself in the beginning. You have to put in the work. You have to sweat. You have to tear up. You have to have all these sleepless nights when you just try to build it on your own, because that's in the beginning. You have to understand the structure. You have to put the effort in order to get a car moving. You know, like getting it to move at least like 30 miles an hour or something like that. It's not that fast, but you got a point. Thing is, you have to do this in the beginning, not forever, because you'll not be able to leverage the whole creative assets you're having I had to check if my video didn't stop. You have all these creative assets that you have to take care of. You have all these the whole thought process behind your actual transformation, behind your whole journey. How are you going to leverage that? How are you going to use that 100% if you're just all the time occupied, if you're busy with just taking care of this, that, and the very own thing that you should focus on, the creative, the content you put out there, your journey, how you're trying to fulfill your actual students. You won't have time, you don't have energy, you won't have, in the first place, joy. You will not have the joy of doing that because you will see it in the most ugliest way possible. You'll think of it like, the fuck is this, bro? How did I even think of that? It was much better to just, get a 9 to 5 or work for somebody else. Why did I even start this in the first place? Why did I even start this in the first place? But you gotta understand that once you get to a certain point, you get it going, it's literally not about just doing it yourself anymore. You get attached to it, like you get attached to it like a mother gets attached with its child. Our mothers are literally growing us inside their body for 9 months before bringing us into this world. And they're supposed to, after like 16, 18 years, to just let us go, let us move. How do you think they do that? I mean, in some cases, it's not happening, but that's not the case. Also, other mentors are not giving up on their mentorship programs, and they just lose the plot with it. They just go with it forever, and they are not scaling it because they think that's the way. I have to take care of it because otherwise you might not end up well. Well, let me break it down for you. Spoiler alert, it's not working like that. Just like a mother lets her son, lets her daughter walk in peace, go about their lives because she understood that she took care of that in the first years of their, evolution. Just like you took care of the first weeks, of the first nights, of the first months, the first years maybe, with your program by yourself. But now you have to understand that you have to let go a bit of the processes in order to scale it beyond it, in order to let it scale naturally, beautiful, in its own way, in its own potential. That's what you gotta understand. You gotta let go. You gotta get a team in place. You gotta get the best people for it to take care of the things that you structured in the beginning. Now you know the whole structure behind it. You know what everybody should take care of. So it won't be anymore like a misleading way to treat your business. Now it will be the thing that might actually scale it beyond 6 figures, 7 figures, however you're gonna go for it. That being said, I hope you get some value out of this video. It's amazing. So beautiful. 4:42 a.m. Such amazing vibes, I swear. When you're doing these things, you're understanding more the beauties of this life. Why we are meant to be here in the first place. Instead of just, spending our time in a cage, in a cubicle for life. Just not taking care of our dream, of the vision that we had in our mind. But you also need, once we put our vision into practice, we also need to be smart about it. Not to act emotionally on it and think that only I myself can protect the value of this own thing. I created it, right? I gave it value, but I gotta learn to let go of a few things in the process in order to scale it more. If I want to scale it more, but who doesn't want to scale it even further? That's the beauty of a business. That's the beauty of life. To grow as much as you can. To test your limits every day, just like I did this morning. I honestly, I was a bit doubtful in my head. Sorry, I just have to check it constantly to make sure I'm not telling you just with myself. I mean, I'm talking to myself, but I'm also talking to you. And I was a bit doubtful. I thought I won't be able to pull this up. And it almost happened. I went back in bed. I put myself under the blanket and I was like, oh, come on, it feels so good. Why do I even have to work for my dreams, right? Can you understand how stupid we can be, guys? How stupid our brain can be in some moments with just trying to play with us, to make us think that, oh, why did you even try to do that? Just relax a bit more. Did you really think of that you can put in the work and achieve your dreams? It's not for you. You have to relax. You have to take a moment or two, you know, to relax. But then I was like, fuck that, bro. Fuck that. I kept having the same pattern happened over and over again for the last 2 months. You cannot understand it. It was crazy. I was going insane, but this morning just opened my eyes more, and I hope this video also opened your eyes more if you're a mentor, to understand how you have to take care of your process, to not be so overprotective with it, to not be obsessed by taking care of everything yourself. So in that case, if you have a mentorship program and you'd like to understand more about these things, how you have to delegate some things, if you wonder in the first place what would be suggested to even delegate, just not giving up on it too early, like letting your kid go out a bit in his younger years, like going to the club maybe at 16, 17, they need to enjoy life. You're not just getting your kid at 16 married, right? I mean, some people do, but that's not the point. Yeah, so if that's the case, if you want to learn how you can delegate, how you can scale your program even more, I have a few videos on my Instagram. I will also post them here. I'm using the mentor ecosystem framework for all my clients in order to understand what's best for them to take care of literally every layer. There are 7 layers: strategy, positioning, attention engine, lead capture system, nurture architecture, community engineering, offer ascension, and the 7th last, operator layer. What we talked about in this video, how you got to take care of your operational before it kills you and your program. So if that's the case, just go and check them out. I'll also post them here. But if you also have other questions or you want to get other information, just check my IG. Even subscribe to this channel if you like, if you like to see more of these videos, because I'm about to post them like every day, I believe. I just love to, go take a run and record these thoughts that I have, because they just flow naturally to me. I might as well should I just keep it for myself? No, I want to bring them into this world to see if some people resonate with it. Maybe it helped at least one person. And if that happened, I genuinely like to drop the comments down below if that happened. If you managed to get something valuable out of this video, just let me know, because it makes me understand if it worked or if it didn't work. But either way, I'll just keep going, because I do not care about it. I just want to do it. I just want to put in the reps, just like you have to do it in the beginning for your program, for your business. So that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.